There he is.
There we are.
Hey, buddy.
Now,
How are
go
you?
back and go over there. I'm good, dude. How about you?
I'm fantastic. Fantastic. So,
There she is.
there she is.
Cool. All right. Okay.
So many cables.
Cords and shit.
I know,
Um,
man.
how's the house coming?
It's good. I just installed the drain for the bathtub and tested it, and there's no leaks. I'm very happy. So, yeah, man.
Uh, there's some delay between the video and the audio for me. Is it for you?
There isn't, but I could call you back. Maybe it's just a bad connection.
That looked okay.
Okay.
So yeah. Um, where are you living?
I'm in Silver City.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
live I'm living in my grandmother's old house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it's been in the family for a long time?
Yeah, since 1959.
Sweet.
I know, man. I know. It's really cool. My dad lived here when he was a kid, and yeah.
And your dirty uncle?
Actually, unfortunately, I never met my dirty uncle. He passed away before I was born. So,
I,
but
so I'm thinking of you saying when you were playing at the press club in Albuquerque,
oh yeah, you were there.
it's a song that you said your uncle taught you, and it was a
That's
very dirty song.
You are like a steel trap, man. That's my other uncle. That's
Okay.
my mother's sister's husband.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he
Those
just,
can be good and dirty uncles.
I mean,
They're like there's no blood. There's no. They're like whatever, kid.
he was so dirty and is still dirty. And yeah, that's that. I think that Casey Jones, What a Son of a Bitch
Yes.
song.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. I'm so glad you reminded me of that. Yeah. Yeah, he's still
So
here,
that's what I
man.
was thinking of when I said that.
Yeah. That's great, man. So how's the guitar playing coming?
I've gotten in like two, I think, sessions since our last lesson.
Okay.
And I played along with the recordings more
Mm-hmm.
and just following the bass line. I did the chords once and didn't. That was a little harder because the bass line in that recording is real subtle.
Yeah.
It was a little harder for me to tell how
When
those are supposed to match up.
when to strum it. Yeah.
So much to win as does this sound good with those other notes? Like
Oh, yeah.
my guitar was overpowering the bass notes.
Right. Unfortunately, that recording is kind of quiet. Yeah. I need
That was the and you know nothing against it. It's nice to play along with.
cool.
Um, it just didn't like I couldn't hear those two things fit together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the chords, you probably noticed the chords are little keyboard chords in the recording. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool, man.
So then I have a question because in the recording it goes through the 12 bars
Mm-hmm.
and then it takes like a 2 beat or a 2 bar rest
Right.
and then it starts again.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where a solo would go or
Yeah. It's honestly it's to give you a break. And yeah, and you also get practice with starting in again. Because remember this one starts on the and. So
yeah.
and one and two and three. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, dude. Sounds like you're all over it.
And then working on my, the transitions between the chords I know still.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you were able to. You said you got that PDF of Happy Birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't gone through it yet, but
right on.
I got it, and like seeing it like that made it click a little more for me.
Yeah, I also have. I can send it to you later. I made you a PDF of Imagine based on the music that you sent me. Yeah,
Cool.
and it's the same format with the lead sheet with the chord above the syllable where he sings it, and I think that's going to be great, man.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it is in a different key than I was playing it. I think it's like imagine. Wait, ooh, imagine there's no heaven, right? I think you sing it
That sounds
lower.
right.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, because the version she gave you is lower, which is good. Yeah, and so
And for the way I'm singing,
mhm.
she says my singing voice is very, very similar to my talking voice. So
Right, right. Did she give you like, are you a baritone or something
she
or?
hasn't said that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she was like thinking about it at one point, and it might be a I don't know. I don't know what it
You
is.
could be a tenor. I'm a tenor.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Very cool, man. Yeah. Um, well, if depending on what you want to do, the arrangement that I have for Imagine, I thought it would be really cool to start with just the root notes of the chord.
okay.
So, for example, just playing that G. Imagine there's no
What,
heaven. It's the third fret of the low E string. Perfect. Nice and clean, no buzzes. Very good. So then it's just imagine there's no heaven. And then the next one is C, which is just right next to it. It's the third fret of the A string.
it's easy if you try.
Yeah, yeah. And then back to G. No hell below us.
I can see
Mm-hmm. And then,
above us only sky.
yeah. So this one, it's a little tricky because like it doesn't always match up with the syllable. So from the arrangement that I'm doing, so he plays the G first. Imagine there's no heaven. Then to the C.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I'd like you to do is just use your first finger for those. And with these two, they're right next door to each other, so it's super easy to go from G to D. Yeah, and then back to it's easy if you try. Like that. Can you try that?
Um, so the first note is on what?
The first note is that G, which is on the third fret of the low E string. And you play the
It's on
note,
what
it's
syllable?
yeah, so it's before. So you play it, imagine, like that. Yeah.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Yeah. And then you play it again. It's easy.
If
You
you try.
try.
Okay, I'm still
Yeah.
playing.
Nice, man. Yeah.
So imagine there's no heaven. Wait, clap.
So just play it first.
Imagine there's no heaven. Or where am I playing second?
Yeah, good question. So it's imagine there's no heaven on fun. Yeah.
And then again on try.
Yeah, yeah. So then it's easy if you try. like, because he kind of does two
Oh, on
syllables
the
for try.
syllables.
Try.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Beautiful, man. And then back to the G again. No hell
Oh,
below us. It's on low. Below us. Back to G. Above us only sky.
no hell below us. Above us only sky.
Yeah, man. And then the nice little change that's coming up is he goes down to E, and it's just that open E, the lowest string on the guitar. So then, imagine all, yeah, imagine all the people, and then it goes to A, the open A string.
Imagine all the people.
Yeah. Very nice. Imagine all the people.
Okay,
Can you do it for me one more time?
sure. Imagine all the people.
Yeah. And then the next part is just to the open D string. Living for today. Meow, 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 meow.
Living for today.
And then it just goes back to the G. Imagine you're in Tucson. You know, whatever you could, you know. You're on a dirty bus. You see your dirty uncle. He taught you how to cuss.
Nice.
Imagine all the cuss words leaving from your face. Yeah.
Cool.
And what's cool about that, man, is it's just the, you know, you probably, maybe you remember the chord, it has a root. And that's the lowest note in the chord, right? And as you
Okay.
probably also remember, chords have a first name and a last name, right? So the chords you've been
Now,
learning.
that's new information.
Yes!
Even a last name.
New information! Okay, so the first name, so the three chords that you've been working on are A, D, and E, right?
Yeah.
So they actually have a last name, which is major. A major, D major, E major. Okay, so the first name is A based on the root. That gives it the first name. And the last name is just the flavor, right? So major, minor, seventh, etc. And there's so many different flavors. Yeah. So when we start with the root, that gives us the meat of it. And let me show you, there's just a couple of more chords for the rest of the song, and then you have it. So let me just pull it up over here. I'm trying to share my screen with you, but it's not really working. But I'll send you the PDF
Okay.
after. So hopefully by next time I can send you the screen. I can share the screen with you. But, you know, once again, it's baby steps, man, you know? So let's see. Yeah, so then when he goes to imagine all the people, he starts with that E again. Imagine all the, and then on people it's A again, open A. People. Do you want to try that?
Imagine all the people.
Perfect. Then it goes to D again. Living life in peace. You.
The D, yeah.
That's correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Living life in peace. You.
Fantastic. And then when he goes to the "You May Say I'm a Dreamer," it's back to C. You may, and then so the C is going to be that third fret of the A string.
I'm a dreamer.
So it starts with "You may." That's going to be that C. So you play it first, just like the rest. You may. And then on "say," it goes to D. Say. So then the sequence is like this. C, you may say, and that's D.
You may say.
Perfect. And then on "Dreamer," it goes back to G. I'm a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer.
Yeah. So then that sequence again is C. You may say I'm a dreamer.
So
So
was it C
starts with C. Mm-hmm.
A C
C D G.
C D G
Mm-hmm.
D?
So C is that third fret of the A string. That's open E. That's it.
Okay. So
You may.
you may say.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I think you're playing G. C is the one that's on the open A string, third fret. Can you see me?
Yeah.
And it's that one.
So C.
You
Then
may, and then open D.
say.
Say, open D. Say, perfect.
You may say.
And then G. Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Yeah. And then the only other new chord is because there's a cool transition, right? So let me play it for you. So he goes, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yeah, so that after dreamer, there's one more chord, and that's a B. And all that is it's just also on the A string, but it's the second fret. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. So that sequence again, starting with C is C, you may D, I'm a dreamer, B, C, but I'm D, the only G, B, C, I hope someday you'll G us, B, C, and the D will G as one. Yeah. It's fun to add the
Okay.
letters in there. Yeah, man. And that's really it, and then he does another verse and I think the chorus and then he ends it again.
Right.
But yeah, and I'll send that to you. And I think it's so good because it fits with what you're singing, and your voice sounds great, by the way. Really nice work. And yeah, man, and you can just what I was saying last time, when you play very simply like this, it's more compelling. So there's nothing to get to, you know? Like I've seen people play just a couple of strings and sing, and it's absolutely beautiful. So you shouldn't be feeling any like, I gotta get there, man, because you're there, you know? Just learning those simple roots and while you're singing it. And when you get the PDF, so remember a moment ago we were talking about chords have a first name and a last name.
Yeah.
So these chords are all five chords. So it's A5, D5, G5. And all that means is it's a power chord. Um, and I don't know, I could show it to you now or I could show it to you next time. Maybe I'll just give you a taste because I don't want to give you too much. I don't want to. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So the power chord, and man, these are amazing because you hear them all the time. Green Day, The Who, Metallica, so many bands use power chords. So I'll give you an example. So that G we've been playing, third fret, E string. The power chord is you add one more string and one more finger. So then my third finger is going to go on the A string, fifth fret, and I play them together. And what's cool about it is when you hear it with the pick, then you're like, and that's something that you hear a million times on the guitar, right? So I'll show you how to do it. So once again, your first finger is on that G, third fret, E string. Your third finger goes on the A string, fifth fret. So you'll see there's like a 1 fret gap there.
Yeah.
And you play them together.
So I'm just trying to see how you're actually holding your hand.
Yeah. And you only play those two strings. Yeah, so you could use your thumb. So you use, like, it would look like this.
If I see your, oh,
Can you see that
just
okay?
those two.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That sounds great, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so what I would recommend is that's for a little bit later. I just
Okay.
recommend putting together the root notes. So when you get the sheet, ignore the fives, just look at the letters, right? Get those roots together, and when it starts to feel natural, I can teach you the power chords that fit with it. Because there's a million songs that have power chords. Pixies, so many bands. And they're magical. What's great about the power chord is back to a little bit of music theory. So everything is based on the major scale.
Yeah.
So if I play a G major, right? That's the most familiar. So the reason it's called a five is because if you start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has a 1 and a 5. So the
Oh,
root is the
okay.
name, and the 5 is the flavor. And man, power chords are the shit. And the great thing about them is they are like an abbreviation, right? Because a power chord, it's not major or minor or seventh. It's just the root with some balls to it. So because in the song Imagine, he's playing like a G major 7 and he's playing like an A minor and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter because the root power chord fits with all of it. Yeah, so because like I think he's like going Imagine there's no, and he plays that G major 7, and fuck that, man. know, like
That's hard.
that's a fucking hard chord, man. It's beautiful and it's waiting for you when you're ready, but not now. Yeah. I, re- I remember, man, I started playing guitar when I was 14. So I think you must have been like 16, I think. And I was really into the Beastie Boys, Fight for Your Right to Party.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's all I could play on guitar. I don't even know if I can. Yeah, it's
There you go.
right. And so when I bought my first electric guitar, I went to the music stores and that's all I could play. So I took every guitar and I played that, you know, and but the power chords, man, they were the beginning for me and they're so great, man. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. So, can do you
Right
mind?
on.
Can you play through the blues for me one more time?
Sure. What's that? Yeah, done.
Hi. Steel focus. D. Yeah. Back to A. Bum bum bum.
Yeah,
Did you play that part?
I did. Well, I tried to.
It's so quiet I could barely hear it. Sorry. Yeah. Meow meow meow. That's great, man. Yeah, that sounded really nice. Really clean, no buzzing, smooth, good flow. Are you getting any pain in your hands when you play?
I've been trying to stop when that happens.
Okay, that's smart. Yeah. And are you getting pain in your hand or just your fingertips or both?
The the I definitely have some calluses going on my fingertips at this point. So sometimes it's one, sometimes it's the other.
Okay. Um, I'd like to teach you some hand stretches really quick, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Just some left hand stretches. Very simple. Um, so, what I like to do is take your left hand, bring your thumb around the back across the knuckles, put your palm here, and then just bend them back like that, very gently. Try to get that pinky too. Try to get all of them. Yeah, and you're not doing the wrists. It's just these joints right here. Okay. And I usually just count to 10, and I'm sure we don't do jerky motions. It's just a smooth, even pressure, right? And then after I do my 10, I relax my hand, and I don't know if you can hear that on the mic. My fingers are banging together because they're
Yeah.
relaxed. Yeah. Okay. And I'll usually do 2 or 3 of those. And then the other one is like you take your left hand and you it's like you're doing the splits like this. Some Spock action here. And then, the middle two, like that. Live long and prosper. Super important. And then just the pinky to the third, like that. And that's it, same kind of thing, count to 10, and then, get the blood flowing. Those are the stretches that I like to do.
Okay.
They might help you out a little bit.
Just those two, nothing.
That's it for now. Yeah, that's really all you need, especially what we're doing right now. You just
Okay.
want to get that stretch. And yeah.
Cool.
And that's it, man. So, do you get pain a lot in your hand or just seldom?
No, it's occasional.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and that's one of the weird things, right? As the callus builds up, it takes less pressure to squeeze, to fret the cord or whatever, and so that it should taper off pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice work today, man. Oh, we started a little bit late. Can I do like one more minute with you?
Yeah.
Let's do happy birthday.
Okay. I had not looked at that.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk you through it.
Other than to look at it.
Just call me Jane Fonda, man. I'm gonna talk you through it. It's our workout. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it starts with A, and the first pitch that you sing is happy. Happy birthday. So birth is the A. Happy birthday.
Birthday.
To E. To you. Stay on E. Happy birthday. Back to A. Mr. President. Back to A. Mr. President.
Oh, I'm not on the right string.
I don't know what that was. Some jazz chords. Mr. President. Stay on A. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Back to D. Go to D. Dear. Fuck face.
Birthday.
And then back to A. Happy birthday. And then E. To. And then we end on to A. Happy birthday, motherfucker. Dude,
Right on.
that was lovely, man. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Excellent work today. I see progress every time, and I hope you're having fun because I'm having fun.
You know what, I am, and I've kind of like forgiven my original goal was like a half hour every day, and I'm not doing that. And then, so I've like forgiven myself and just like try to get some in when I can and do a little and work on it and enjoy it and have it be fun, and that's what I'm working.
That's what it's all about.
And that's my goal, is just to be able to have a little fun with it.
It's the perfect attitude, man.
That's the biggest goal, is I want to have some fun with it.
Yeah, man. That's the perfect attitude. I love that. We're not 12-year-old Chinese boys who practice 8 hours a day or we get beaten by our parents, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, this is for fun. We're Americans, dude.
I don't have to do any of this.
You don't have to do fucking anything, man.
I'll do what I want.
But you have to fight for your right to party.
Well, I mean, as you said, we are American.
Beastie Boys was the soundtrack of my teens and 20s and part of my 30s, so.
I was in love and then out of love and then in love with the Beastie Boys. So like, what was it, Ill Communication
Yes.
came out, and I had Ill Communication, and then it just got really overplayed, and I was like, okay, I'm tired of that shit.
I know.
And
Yeah.
then I wasn't into him for a while, and Paul's Boutique came out, and I wasn't even aware of it
Yeah.
until later,
Oh my God.
around when Check Your Head came out.
Uh-huh.
I went back to because Check Your Head was so fucking awesome.
Yes, it
I went
was.
back to Paul's Boutique, and I was like,
Holy shit.
holy
Yeah,
shit,
I know, man.
I have been missing out.
Dude, so I used to do kids and family music. I had a band called the
Okay.
Jelly Dots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Jelly Dots.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because you got and man, we played some gigs we did a lot of library gigs. So we it's crazy how that happened, but we played some gigs in Charlotte, North Carolina, and
Okay.
we were. I know, man, it's so weird. We were a 3-piece band, and the thing that I noticed at our shows is the dads would come and they look like they'd been murdered. They're like, "Fuck this! I don't. My wife's making me do this. I hate this shit." And so we did a cover of Sabotage, and we played. And some of the gigs actually were in the stacks of libraries. So you're
That's very cool.
sitting in the stacks with full amps on like a Saturday at 8 a.m. And we did Sabotage, dude. And I saw all the dads like whip their heads around, like, "What?" And then
what's going on here?
they're going like, doing this shit, and
Yeah.
it was so fun because this was, there was the new guard in the library systems around all these new information science graduates, and they wanted to shake things up, and they booked it, but then there's the old librarians like. And most of the customers knew what was going on, or the patrons, I guess, knew what was going on. But there were a couple of old ladies who were just like, "You cannot do this in a library." And it felt so good, man.
You were fighting for your rights.
We were, dude. We were. And we had to change the lyrics, because like he says, "Make no mistake and switch up my channel. I'm Buddy Rich when I fly." Oh, no, wait, it wasn't that one. It was, he has the word fuck in there. He says fuck. So we had to take fuck out of there, and it was just so fun, man. Oh my God, it was so good.
You're playing for kids, yeah.
I got this fucking thorn in my side.
Right.
Oh my God, it's a mirage. So we're like, I got this thorn in my side. Oh my gosh, it's a mirage, right? Because we don't want to. We want to go back. We want to get paid again.
Sure,
so,
sure.
Epic, man. So.
Excellent.
Yeah. My friend, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much.
Care.
You too, buddy. I'll send you that PDF for Imagine.
Thank you so much.
And rock out with your cock out, my friend.
Feels great.
Yes. All right,
you
brother.
as well.
Always, man. See you later.
Have a good night.
You too.